What are the changes in visa policies in this pandemic? Can foreigners enter Vietnam in July? Not yet everyone. Vietnam is still in consideration, still closing all the borders and airports from March until now. However, some skilled workers, business owners, spouse and diplomatic entry purposes can get entry permission to enter Vietnam. So, if you already have a valid Vietnam visa or temporary resident card, you only need to apply for entry permission and your Vietnam company sponsor or your spouse can apply this here for you. If you don't have a valid Vietnam visa after getting the entry permission, you will also need to apply for a Vietnam visa and Sunviet can help you to do this. And please notice, you still have to go through a 14-day quarantine program at government areas or pay extra for staying at a hotel. For more details on the instruction, please contact us. A change in electronic visa. In the past, Vietnam only allowed 34 countries to apply for electronic visa, and this new policies added 46 more countries to the list, making it to 80 countries can apply for Vietnam electronic visa. This policy does not mention anything on when Vietnam open again, so please read this policy carefully. How can you get automatic visa extension? For those who enter Vietnam under tourist visa, electronic visa or visa waiver after the 1st of March, your visa will be automatically extended until July 31st. This policy only applied for who will leave Vietnam before July 31st, and there is no stamp or proof on your passport for this automatic extension. It only works when you exit Vietnam before July 31st. And the immigration staff at the airport will check your entry date, your resident registration, your online medical declaration form, then OK and let you exit Vietnam. So if you are not sure about your plan or exit Vietnam after this date, you have to extend your visa before your visa expires as normal. If you overstay just 1 or 2 days, you still have to pay the fine fee. What is the cancellation of the tourist visa 3 months extension after the 1st of July? This policy was announced in the end of 2019 when the COVID-19 did not spread this much. This policy is to control the staying purpose of foreigners inside Vietnam. But since the pandemic, there haven't been any updates on this, and Vietnam is trying to help all the foreigners who stranded here due to the border closure. So according to Sunviet experience, Vietnam will delay this policy. And Sunviet still can do a 3-month visa extension inside Vietnam in July and after that, so you don't have to be worried about this. How to change your visa category right inside Vietnam? Currently, if you want to change your visa category, you have to exit Vietnam and enter back with the new visa because you cannot change the visa type inside Vietnam. However, this policy has been relaxed and become more flexible in the pandemic. In some circumstances, such as being an investor of a company in Vietnam, being a parent, spouse or child of the guarantor, being a legal worker of a company with work permit granted or work permit exemption granted, entering Vietnam under an electronic visa and then got a work permit or work permit exemption. Good news for work permit. The Labor Department all over Vietnam has stopped receiving new work permit applications since March, but they start issue work permit again from the beginning of June, and there are some new requirements in the pandemic. The health check will be valid for 12 months, but if you exit Vietnam and enter back, you will have to do the health check again. You have to be in Vietnam for the work permit processing time. Also have to submit the original passport for the check of your travel history. You have to be in Vietnam for the work permit processing time. Also have to submit the original passport for checking your travel history. For applicants enter after the March 7th, you also have to submit COVID-19 test results and the certificate on finishing the quarantine program. Some changes in temporary resident card (TRC). In July, there will be changes about the category of temporary resident card, especially the investor category. The validity of the card will depend on the investment amount. If the capital is from 3 to 50 billion Vietnamese dong, you can get 3 years TRC. If the capital is from 50 to 100 billion Vietnamese dong, you can get 5-year TRC. And if your capital is over 100 billion Vietnamese dong, you can get 5-year TRC for sure. Other TRC categories like spouse, dependent, or labor won't have any big changes. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it and hit the subscribe button below for more videos from Sunviet.